So welcome guys, Deepak here from digitaldeepak.com, and today we have my dear friend and entrepreneur Avi Arya on the call. So what we are going to do today is that we are going to learn a little bit about Avi. Going to ask you a bunch of going to ask Avi a bunch of questions, and then we are going to learn about how to use micro videos to grow your business and how to get clients. So welcome Avi, thanks for joining in.
Thank you for having me, Deepak. Always a pleasure.
Fantastic. So where are you, Avi, right now, and what time is it there?
I am in Vancouver, Canada, and it is 8:41 a.m. in the morning, and it's beautiful. It's raining, and life is beautiful.
Fantastic. So, guys, do you know Avi's hero introduction? Excuse me. So, can somebody enter what is Avi's hero introduction? Let's say. People remember it. Fantastic. So that is Avi's magic, and people who remember it just go ahead and put it as all panelists and attendees, so that other people who are new, who don't know about it, that's what we are going to learn today. And so Avi, let's get started with the interview. And the first thing that I want to ask is that what drives you and what motivates you? You work a lot. You have 2 daughters. You have 6 dogs. You live in India for 6 months. You live in Canada for 6 months. You keep traveling. You do DMC Digital Masters conference with us. What keeps you motivated? What keeps you what drives you? Because somebody in your position might be like, hey, I just want to chill in life. I don't want to work, and they might be laid back. So tell us a little bit about that.
So I think, Deepak, there are a couple of things. One is my family. My mom and dad, they're both in their 70s, and not a day have they taken off. They've not taken off because they love doing what they do. My wife has not taken a day off. And I keep telling her, just in the morning, I was telling her, I said, I'm going to lock the door so that don't go to the office. Throughout the pandemic, she's gone to the office. My elder daughter right now has the same work ethic around, that doesn't matter what position you're in life, kaam to karna hi hai, because my dad, every time we tell him that, let's not look at another project because we're getting tired or, things. He's like, what am I going to do? That means I'm going to sit, am I going to rot? He doesn't say I'm 72 and I need to start winding down. So it's just an ecosystem of people around me. I think that is one. So I never thought that, there's something called relax or whatever. And the other thing is, Deepak, honestly, only sometimes in the morning when I'm getting ready, I look at my white hair, and that's the only time I realize that, oh, I'm turning 44 and my kids' friends are calling me uncle. Okay. Otherwise, I have the same, I forget that I am not going to be going, I forget that after 26, 27, that I'm the same inside. I mean, I can connect with people who are at all ages because I am the same. I think we never grow up, all of us. Yeah. Society sometimes, I think, puts a pressure on us that we have to behave a certain way at a certain age. But inside, all of us are boys and girls. We all want to play video games. We all want to go and, hug our parents when we are. I like to do that when I'm nervous or when I'm, anxious about the future. And, especially when Corona happened and all of that, I went and hugged my parents like a small kid. And I was like, they said, is everything okay? I said, I know everything will be okay because, and so I don't think we ever grow up like that. Or at least I didn't. And so therefore, I still feel I need to do more. And lastly, Deepak, I think this is the opportunity I was waiting for. Because today, to be able to become anybody on anybody, the middleman has gone. I don't need to go to a director or a producer or a large company CEO to say, give me some work, I want to become a digital marketer. Give me some work, I want to become a graphic designer. Give me some work, I want to become a travel agent, a hotelier. Today, I can go directly to the audience and give them enough value and they will come back to me. So this opportunity has come to me while I am still in my 40s. I don't want to miss it, and therefore I truly look at it as magic. I marvel at the opportunity. When I used to watch Ramayana and Mahabharata as a kid, I used to look at that and I used to say, they used to say Narayan and do this, and used to go to another place and deliver Lord Vishnu's message and come back. Mm. And in Star Trek also, he used to disintegrate and go and give a message and come back to the captain of the ship. Today, you can put a video on Instagram and target it to people watching in London who are at a certain age. That message will go there and come back when your money finishes. So, in my head, we are living in that magical age, but somewhere the human brain tries to rationalize and normalize everything, and we say, "Oh, this is a video. Oh, this is a technology." But it is in my head, in my mind, it's magic, and I'm living in magical
Yes.
times, and that's what drives me.
In fact, in Harry Potter, people will be like looking at newspapers, and then there'll be like, videos of people moving on the newspapers, and they called it magic. But today you have iPad, you have laptops, and it is already there. It's magic, right?
100%. Now we're working on webinar technology where there will be a hologram of Deepak who will be teaching 10,000 people, and in their homes and on your laptop, there will be a Deepak, or there will be all the DMA masters will be teaching you in your home. So, so I see it every day as like, oh my God, I am in that magical age which we used to read about. So I don't want to miss this opportunity. So that's why I think
Yes.
I like what I'm.
Fantastic. So Avi, apart from running a business, so you run a big agency called Internet Moguls, and you are into this digital marketing space. But apart from that, what do you like to do in your free time? What do you do to recharge? And what are your passions and hobbies right now? I mean, like, I know that you were a streetcar racer at some point in your life, but
Yeah. So
what, like, if I give you, so let's put it this way. So God comes and tells you that, I will give you 3 days, and the time will not move on. Okay, it will be like frozen. So it will be like August 21st, even after 3 days, and you
oh,
are not
nice.
supposed to do any work. Now, what will you do?
That's so nicely put, because if you said the time is going to pass, then I would say I'd rather do the work.
Yeah, that's what I also do, right? There
Right,
is 3 days, dude. I just want to keep working.
right, yeah. In fact, I think if there's a holiday or a long weekend or 3 days holy Diwali, I'm like, wow, God, we can get so much more done in that. So
Hmm.
if nothing happens in 3 days, Deepak, I've got a club of friends in Canada who take their cars and they book a small mini airport, and so from here to the mini airport, which is about 300 miles, and then the airport strip is all booked for the races because
Okay.
there's nobody over there. So I've not been able to go for that because I'm always like, oh, I'm working, I have a webinar, or I want something or the other happening. So if I get 3 days off, I'm going to call them and say, I'm coming for that 3 day thing. They go from here, they drive 300 miles, and then the airport strip is just, you can just imagine if there's no speed limit, how much fun that must be.
You should definitely do that, Avi, and you should record videos and put it on Instagram and
I am,
just
I
vlog.
am, I will not only do that, I will take somebody with me, a professional person, to say, keep on taking pictures, because that's
Yes.
something I want to live. And I think in Los Angeles also they have something like this, where you can rent a car and something like it's called, I think, the NASCAR experience. You can rent a fast car and go on the circuit. So
Nice.
this is one thing that I want to do if
Oh,
I get
fantastic.
this.
Count me in. When you are going for that, I will also join you.
100%. In fact, I had spoken to Pat Flynn to
Mm.
do this experience together,
Mm.
and somehow because of this, something happened, and we were not able to, were not allowed to go there. But I'll definitely let you know when I'm going next time.
Fantastic. So, since you said Pat Flynn, I would like to ask you. You have interviewed Dan Lok, you have met Grant Cardone, you have met Pat Flynn. You are like pretty well connected in the industry with a lot of people. So, how do you get in touch with them? Is it just through conferences and networking? How did it happen that you are so well connected right now?
So I teach my daughter to do that as well. So I think it's a very simple step. Firstly, Deepak, I'm my mother's son. My dad doesn't like it when I say it, but I'm my mother's son, and my mother is all about. She's very, very sensitive, and so am I. So I am always looking at. Before I became an entrepreneur, I always like people. I mean, we all like people. That's why we are in the business that we are in. So I look at the kind of people who inspire me. Grant Cardone inspires me because he's 20 years elder to me and he's 20 times fitter than me. So that is what I want to do. I want to get to that level of fitness. Pat Flynn inspires me because he sits at home with his family and he's able to create a multi-million-dollar business without having to travel.
Mm.
Gary Vee inspires me because he used to work with his dad and he now has an agency. It's a similar story. So people where I see my story, they say you see in others what you have inside of you. So if somebody sees something good or bad, doesn't matter. It's a mirror reflection. That's how the universe works. So
Mm.
all these people who've come into my life like this, I have always said, in my head, I've always said, these are my friends. The only thing is they don't know me yet. So how will I make them a real friend? Is by actually proving to them that I'm not just a fan who wants to come and give you a gift when I meet you. I want to be there when you need me the most. So I'm
Mm.
always keeping an eye out if somebody is launching a new book, a new webinar, a new podcast, or whatever. Everybody has. We think successful people have no challenges. Successful people have more challenges than most people. So I'm always keeping an eye out and seeing what they want. And then I go to them, send an email, mostly I send a micro video and I say, I've got an audience, I've got this. Even initially when I didn't have an audience, my audience was built thanks to you, Deepak, and I'll mention that as well. How I did that after learning from you. But when I didn't have an audience and I had only my hospitality clients, I said, I will spend money on Facebook ads. That was in my head. I'll spend money on Facebook ads to fulfill the promise that I'm giving to some of these people. But I said, you have a book launch coming, you have this coming. Allow me to promote it. I'm not here for an affiliate commission. I'm only here to help you promote your book. And then I would buy 20, 30 books myself, give it out in my own contest, and keep on giving it out in my webinars, send them screenshots and say, these 30, 40 are just from my side, but I want to do an affiliate promotion, whatever they wanted, to be able to say, you know what, when I needed help, this guy was there. And then when they reached another conference in any part of the world, I take flights. If somebody says, oh, I'm in London, which part of the world are you in? I'm saying tomorrow I'm in London. So I will take a flight overnight and go and reach any part of the world to be able to meet these people, even if it's for 5 minutes. So that has happened over a period of 10 minutes or 10 years to be able to build that relationship. So, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Yes. Now that you talked about challenges, I would like to bring up that. And what are the biggest challenges that you have faced in your life as an entrepreneur, and when did it feel like everything is coming crashing down, and how did you actually make sure that you got back up and kept moving forward? Because as you said, successful people have more challenges, and it's not like luck or anything. It's not like a golden touch. It's actually almost like 10 years in one subject is what creates mastery.
Right.
So if you can talk a little bit about what were your the down points in your life, and what was the mindset, if you don't want to share the details, what was the mindset which helped you get through that?
No, I don't mind sharing, any part of the journey, because I know that it's, as like I said, as I'm growing older, I'm realizing the journey happens for everybody, not for me. So that means if I can share a journey with somebody, they're like, oh, this happened with you, and you were also vulnerable, and you're still scared, and you're still anxious. So I give myself permission to be anxious and scared, because if you can be scared, I can be scared as well. If you can be anxious, I can be anxious as well. If you can give us a formula to get out of anxiousness, then I can also get out of it. So today I share things because I understand when I look at a Gary Vee, or I look at anybody who's, who I get inspired by, and those people say that, oh, you know what, I feel like this. I'm like, oh, so it's okay at that level to be vulnerable. So that's why I like to share whatever I can. So around the age of 18, 19, when my dad lost everything and we had to restart, that's the time I felt uh, it was a good training for me, because that's the one time that I felt that I need to sort of get into my work as a family unit to be able to get back into what we wanted to do. So that was one challenge. It was more my dad's challenge, but as a child also we went through a lot. And then when I started my own travel agency, I worked with my dad in the hotel business, and it just grew, because I was just a first mover by 5 years, so it had to grow. And because everybody had to come up and catch up, I knew it had to come down as well. So my biggest challenge at that time was my inexperience, that I should have listened to my dad when he said, stop looking at what you're making right now as a 22, 23-year-old. This is not going to last forever. And I thought it's going to last forever. And he told me that we should invest in a few assets. And I kept on reinvesting everything back in the business. So there is the right time to reinvest back in the business. There's the right time to know this business is not going to be there forever. Get some assets done so that when you finish your business, you can say, this is how much I made. So that was one learning that happened in my life. And I said, okay, I'm in my 20s, but huge loss nevertheless. Lack of knowledge, lack of right company will keep you losses. You can say it's learning, and it is learning, but that was one loss. Then I started the travel company, and started selling air tickets and all of that. Deepak, in 3 years' time, I became India's top 10 agents for all the domestic airlines.
Hmm.
I was doing a sale of about 2 to 3 crores a month as a 25, 26-year-old, and the margin in that was 0.5% net profit. So to be able to make more money, you had to do 100 crore
Lot.
sales.
Volume.
There
Hmm.
was no technology that time, so you could not have a make my trip and all of that. So that was one big learning for me to understand that you cannot think of scaling a business without having systems in place. So that was the other challenge that I faced. So getting into a business, praying to God, having the support of your parents, all that is fine. That is all that's needed. But to be able to have a clear cut plan, to be able to say how can I be more efficient every day, I faced that challenge and I couldn't overcome it. And so that was my second second big challenge at that time.
Hmm.
And so
Hmm.
then eventually I sold that company, and we got out of that. That was good, otherwise it would have gone down. So that was, so when I started Internet Moguls, which was then my completely my own venture, I was like, now I'm not making any money from anybody, but it's a completely new field. Nobody wanted to support internet marketing as a business in terms of funding or bank or all of that. I had the best relationship with all the banks in town because we used to, take funding from the bank to be able to build our projects. So I knew every banker. When I went to them and I said, you know what, I'm going to dominate this, they said, oh, you know what, they stopped taking my calls for the very first time. So I realized that whatever small success that you have in life, it does not get, there's no carry forward principle to the next. When you go into a next business and a next ecosystem, you have to start from scratch, prove your metal once again. So there's no carry forward thing. So I can imagine, I mean, I'm a very small entrepreneur, but I can imagine why Virgin Atlantic today is not doing well and other Virgin companies are doing well. Because if you're doing well in anything, the market is not going to say, I love you because you did one good in one thing. You have to prove to the market and give value in everything that you do. So when I found myself completely alone, when I started my digital marketing agency business, and the only thing that I could think of was my network of people. I knew everybody in the city. I used to go out. I partied during my college days like nobody's business. I used to go to a night. There was one nightclub in Delhi, Deepak. I used to go there 5 times a week. I'm not promise. I'm not kidding you. I know everybody
Hmm.
in the city. Everybody. So when I know everybody in the city, that network should help me, right? But it did not work like that. So that was one big learning for me to understand that
Hmm.
all this network, but I'm not able to get in. So then I started saying that let me do one thing. I did was I said, let me do 3 meetings a day, 15 a week, 60 a month. That's what I tell people about videos today. But I said face to face meetings I'll do.
Hmm.
That got me started. So that was one challenge, to be able to understand how do I, there's so many people I know, new business, how do I get to, through that challenge. And till date, there are now challenges that happen every month or every quarter. I feel, oh my God, what if this comes crashing down? Sometimes there's an event or a course or a system that I'm doing, which is doing very well for 2 months, it comes down. But 3 years back, I got into a mastermind in Canada. We used to meet every Thursday evening on a call, and we used to meet once a month. We used to go to Gibson, which is a beautiful resort, place near the ocean over here. And he used to put a big um brick of ice. He used to, on that, he used to make us visualize what is our biggest challenge, and he used to give all of us hammers. And we used to break that ice with hammers. And he used to give a 30 second, but some people used to continue breaking the ice for 3 minutes because they were so fed up of their challenges. They were like, I want to break this down. So starting with that mindset, and then ten brothers getting together, and I met some of the most amazing people. Or I think all the people are amazing. It's just that in that mastermind, everybody opened up,
Hmm.
and it completely changed my life.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
now we
Hmm.
have that mastermind in India, the DMA. And so honestly, for the first time in this business, I don't feel alone. And so there are challenges, but I don't feel alone because you are there, Sid is there, all the masters are there. So for the first time or the second time in my life, I don't feel alone. So there are
Fantastic.
challenges, but
Hmm.
you build around it like that, I think.
Hmm. Hmm. Great. So before we jump into your content, Avi, I have one last question for you.
Sure.
So, as entrepreneurs and as new generation entrepreneurs, we think differently. We approach the world differently, and sometimes, that worldview is in odds with our parents. And sometimes it's difficult to convince our parents about the way we think and the way we do things. And I'm pretty sure that you have faced challenges like this. And I kind of know that you have a very intense relationship with your parents. So enlighten us a little bit about that.
So, being the eldest son in the house, born in 1976, I am on the cusp of multiple generations where, on the one hand, the elder son in the house is supposed to take the brunt of everything. In my head, my parents never forced me, but in my head, I want to take all their pains and their responsibilities and make them mine. But at the same time, what about my own freedom, and what do I want to do all of that as well? So with that, that's a preface for that relationship I have with my parents before I go ahead. So I do everything that I feel I should do, but at the same time, I feel, you know what, I should have been more of a maverick like my younger brother is. But at the same time, I the one thing, the Deepak, the one thing, I've lived in two countries for the last 15 years, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I always say one thing, and I wrote my first book many years ago called The Accidental First Mover, because I became the accidental first mover. There was no plan, there was no vision, there was no document. As the accidental first mover, one of the first things I wrote in that book was stay close to the router. Does not matter if your visions, your thoughts align with your family, your parents or not, but stay close to the router. You are a device. Your parents are routers. The closer a device is to a router, the better signal it gets. But that signal is not for them, it's for you. With that signal, you download more information about yourself. Like the Gita says, Swayam ko pehchano, Swayam ko pehchano. We all read and we discover and we go for conferences, we go for webinars to learn about ourselves eventually. The more we know about ourselves, we'll understand the world. It just works opposite. Now, staying close to a family unit, which is the router, allows us to understand more about ourselves. If my father tells me, Avi, don't get into operations, ye tumhare bas ki nahi hai, and hire somebody for this. Because he knows that maybe I'm not as systematic. I cannot go back and say, you always, paint me down and I don't like this. And, if somebody is showing you the mirror, there's nobody outside who will show you the mirror, because outside there are all going to be coaches and gurus who you will give input to and they will give you output to. You can lie to a coach and guru for the next few months and get away with it. And as soon as the coach starts showing you some heat and the mirror, you don't like it and you run away and you go to another coach who makes you feel comfortable. So you can, all your life from 0 to 100, you can go and surround yourself with people who will show you the mirror and you will run away and you will like to live a fake life. I'm talking about myself. But if the closer you are to the family unit, it doesn't mean you stay in the same house. It doesn't mean that you whatever, work together, but stay connected, because that family unit will pull you out of depression, that pull you out of anxiety, pull you out of challenges. My father doesn't understand. My father is not educated. Avi, my father doesn't understand social media. It doesn't matter. He understands you. He understands the worldview, and he's giving you advice. सुनो सबकी, करो अपनी. जब सारी दुनिया की एडवाइस सुन सकते हो, तो अपने पेरेंट्स की सुन के just write it down and do what you want to do. But that's my take on parenting and relationship with the family and all.
Okay, but let's say you want to start a new business and you very strongly feel that, hey, this is what I want to do, and your dad is not agreeing to what you want to do. I mean, in reality, whether he does or not, let's hypothetically assume that your dad is strictly against it. What would you do? How would you handle that situation?
No, so I can tell you these situations have happened in my life as well. And that's why I started my own digital marketing agency, because when I was doing everything in my dad's business, there used to be a joint decision. And today I miss those joint decisions, because my dad would have 11 meetings before making a small decision happen. He would go through every permutation combination, because he lost his business. So he's been hurt. Now, a person who's been hurt badly will take all decisions and make sure that his business is least exposed to risk. Now at Internet Moguls, my dad is a director in that company, because I want that person's inputs who thinks of all elements before getting into a decision. So I left. I said, I don't want 11 meetings. I want to make a decision tomorrow morning and do things on my own. So, but at the same time, today I miss that part as well. So you need a little bit of both. My grandfather, who died many, many years ago, he used to say, a board in India should have one Gupta ji, Bania ji, one Punjabi guy, and all these kind of people, because 11 people have 11 attributes, and that's how a proper board of directors is made. So you used to teach us about all of that.
Okay.
So if my dad is not allowing me to do a business, then that means everything happens to make my muscles stronger. See, I'm trying to lift a weight, and somebody is saying I will not let you do it. That means I still want to do it, and I continue to do it. When by the time I reach here, I'll have stronger and bigger muscles. If my dad is not allowing me to do it, and I'm working with my dad, I cannot get out of that ecosystem. Maybe I'll do something on the side, start that journey on my own, make my own money, start my own agency or whatever I want to do, and then prove to myself and the world that I was able to do both. So if anything is coming and we can't get disillusioned, it's only a challenge. And the best challengers are our parents. They will challenge us at every level. Or I don't think we should run away from that, because
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
the
like,
power
when
of
I quit my first job,
huh,
my dad clearly said no. And I think, from, a broader perspective, if he had said, ha, beta, okay, quit your job, start your business, then I might not have been that serious about starting the business and making it work,
I
right?
like that.
And he would say that, no, you definitely cannot quit. And then he's like really testing me, how sure I am about this decision. Rather than supporting me on my decision, he would say no. And he's checking, how much resolve I have about my own future, about starting a business. And that makes me more determined to make the business work and to prove it to him. See, I made it work. And internally, they would want us to start a business and make it work, but they wouldn't
Right.
say it, because if they said, ha, beta, chalo, very good, start a business. And then if I'm not serious enough in the business and I don't make it work, then I would probably blame him, internally in my mind.
Right.
Like, you have more life experience. Why did you say,
Right.
okay, start a business and see how the business is not working?
So, Deepak, you said such a good thing. So the parents are acting as a weight, and they're making it heavy. So you still have to pick it up. So it's a blessing. They're making it a heavier weight for you to build stronger muscles. But that's how we have to look at
And
it.
and you would know that you would want something really bad only when it is behind a brick wall. You need to break through that brick wall, and it shows that how motivated you are to break that brick wall to get the thing on the other side. And without brick walls, you don't know how badly you want it in the first place.
100%. The best thing a father can tell his son is, um, do it on your own. And if you fail, you fail. Don't worry. I'm not going to judge you. But this is your decision, and you have to. Because I've had both experiences. I've had my dad help me in my business, and it's crippled me so much that I've not been able to flourish. And there have been a time when I wanted a little bit of help, and my dad said, "You're on your own." So so both those things have happened, and they continue to happen. And in fact, in the morning only, my dad sends me a score. Like, what was your score? How much revenue did you make? And what was happening and all of that. And so when I tell him that I'm reinvesting, sometimes you make a business and you're reinvesting all the time. So he's like, are you sure? So sometimes you're like, why are you questioning my decision when you don't know anything about this new business? But at the second time, I'm like, no, if this person does not ask me the right questions, it's a revalidation for myself if I'm on the right track. If you feel irritated by anybody and anybody's questions, you're not comfortable with the decision in the first place. And we feel irritated only with people who care about us and ask us straightforward, hard truths.
Very true. Fantastic, Avi. So that was a nice Q&A. And guys, what did you think about the session so far? And now we are going to get into the content section. So let us know in the chat box about your feedback.
So Deepak, I'm sure your dad is now. Does your dad know that the entire country of India learns from digital Deepak?
Yeah.
Do they know? They know he knows
So
now.
what happened was that day in DMA, we had the newspaper publication in Chennai edition, right, for DMC.
Okay, right.
And my dad has a group of his college friends. And somebody in Chennai saw that, took a picture of it and put it in that group. And everybody
Nice.
was like, congrats, Kanagaraju, junior Kanagaraju.
That is the best feeling. That is the best feeling.
Hmm.
That is absolutely the best feeling. So I'm
Fantastic.
sure you're proud. Yeah.
All right, Avi. So I will make you the host and I will hand
Okay.
it over to you. And
Okay. I have
guys,
a
Avi has a presentation today. It's about micro videos on how you can get clients and how you can do networking by using micro videos. And today there is no sales pitch. It's completely a value webinar, just to
100%.
add value for the community. So go ahead, Avi. The stage is yours.
Alrighty, Deepak, thank you for the opportunity. I know that you really, before I start, I wanted to say one thing, that we all learn different things from different people. What I've learned from Deepak is how to take care and nurture his community. He's always told me, I have a list of almost 200,000 people now on my email, and it all happened because I learned all of this from Deepak on how he has built his community from zero, and how he actually, all of you know, but I think he really loves all of you people, because on an everyday basis, he is thinking what to do with you, for you. And so can we all give it up for Deepak and say, love you, Deepak? Because he loves you guys, and that's why he's always thinking of what value to bring to all of you people. And that happens after a lot of maturity, when you understand that your audience is special. Awesome. Thank you for saying that.
Thanks a lot for that.
Awesome. Great. So guys, I have a very short presentation, and my presentation is, like I said, I'm hugely inspired by Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm hugely inspired by Donald Miller. I'm hugely inspired by my dad, my grandfather, from both sides. And I always, I went to New York Film Academy to become a film director. I wanted to go study when I was in my teenage years, but my dad could not afford it. So later, when I started my own business, I did some courses on film direction and all of that. I've always loved the movies, and I always think in stories. And the first thing that I want to tell all of you people, ladies and gentlemen, is the shortest distance between where you are today. Please remember this in your mind. Close your eyes for 5 seconds and listen to what I'm going to say, because I want you to inject it in your head. The shortest distance between where you are today and what you want to achieve can be maneuvered through a story. Always remember that. I am a live example of me always wanting to tell stories to be able to get more people to know me. When nobody invited me to play soccer in school, I started telling people stories, made bonds with them, and then I was in every team. When I started, partying in my in my college days, I used to tell stories to connect with people. When I started a business, I started telling stories. And today I professionally teach and train entrepreneurs and companies to bring out their best stories and share them through short micro videos to be able to connect with other human hearts in different parts of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the first story that I want to talk to you about is called the hero introduction. You and I are all heroes and heroines of our lives. Whatever our situation is right now that we are going through does not matter. We're all heroes and heroines of our life. And a hero is going through what? If you are the hero of your story and somebody has got a camera on you and looking at your story, the audience is looking at you and you are the center stage, and a 36mm, 70mm movie is going on in a movie theater. What is the first thing that you see the hero is going through? And why is a hero a hero? A hero is always going through a challenge. Karan, Abdul, Harshvardhan, you're absolutely right. A hero is always going through a challenge. So if you are going through a challenge, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my only submission to you is don't hide that challenge. Don't say, I've got a better car, I've got a better house, I don't have a problem. When I have a problem and I can't pay my EMIs, or I can't pay my next month this thing, or I have, every human being goes through whatever problem you're going through. I'm not saying go and tell people I can't pay my EMI. I'm saying be as vulnerable as possible. Tell people this is what I was, this is what I'm going through, and this is what I'll become. People, a hero is made through following the right principles and the right practices during a struggle. In a movie, when you see a hero, you see he's going through a struggle and you're asking yourself, let's see what he will do now. Will he choose the wrong path or the right path? And the wrong path or the right path is not only going into drinking or smoking or getting into bad habits. Right path and wrong path is he going to give up on his learning, or is he going to start learning more and more and more? Because you learn more to grow more, and you get out of every situation through learning. If you knew more today, you would be able to get out. So the shortest distance between two human hearts is a story, and we are all heroes and heroines of our story, and we want to use the story to connect with other people. What I'm about to tell you in the next 15 minutes is about 3 short ways that you can use to be able to get known to your audience around the world. You want an audience of 10,000 people, 100,000 people, does not matter. You want a business of 500,000, 1,000,000, 100,000, whatever, it's possible. You know why? Because human beings have today all come on this one platform called social media, and they're all using videos. And guess what? You need to create videos, just your smartphone and your story. And I'm going to tell you how this works. Ladies and gentlemen, my hero story, which I put on my business card, on my website, on all my social media channels, everywhere, goes like this. My name is Avi Arya, father of 2 girls, 6 dogs, husband to a superwoman, a streetcar racer turned hotelier, now social media marketer and founder of Internet Moguls. I'm creator of the Micro Video Mastery System, a system of 33 micro videos that allow you to get known, get leads, and get sales in any business from customers around the world using just your smartphone while staying at home without having to travel. That is my hero introduction. In less than 30 seconds, I introduce to the world my family. I tell them about what is important to me. I tell them about my relationships. I tell them about what I can do for them. And I tell them about my business. If you're able to create a hero introduction in the beginning and end of every single video you put on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and all of your social media channels, I promise you, in 28 days, you will start seeing things happen. Strangers will start connecting with you. Leads will start coming to you, and eventually you will start making sales with people in different parts of the world who will want your service, because now you have started introducing yourself and building relationships. You talk about your name, you talk about your family, you talk about who you are, your likes and dislikes. That's how a relationship is built, and you start doing business. So ladies and gentlemen, that is my hero introduction, and I urge all of you people to make your hero introduction through a video today. How many people would go back after this and make their hero introduction and post it on Instagram? Just say, we'll do it today in the comment box. Because if you don't take action, you know the rest. So please note down in your diary, I will create my hero introduction today. You can give a time to it. So let's say, what's the time? Let's put a deadline. You all go to your Instagram and make your hero introduction. Okay, great. Ladies and gentlemen, by the ऊपर वाले से डर के, in all humility, I talk about the blessings that I've had in my life. I've been able to coach 17,000 people in 2 years. I did my TEDx talk. London Speaker Bureau enrolled me as one of their speakers. It took me 3 years to get that. Today, I'm one of India's highest paid social media speakers. I've charged anywhere from 2.5 lakh rupees to 5 lakh rupees a weekend to teach. And I tell you all of these things only and only not to impress you, but to impress upon you the fact that if an overweight, underconfident boy at the age of 14 who used to stammer, and every Thursday at 4 o'clock, my mom used to take me for speech therapy classes, because if I did not put 4 sentences together, the world used to make fun of me. I used to cry and people used to laugh. If I can do it, you can do it, ladies and gentlemen. There is nothing that you cannot do if you have the support of loved people around you and teachers and gurus like Deepak who are teaching you and training you in this community. So just say, I can do it in the comment box. Now, ladies and gentlemen, why do I keep talking about videos? Like Avi Arya micro videos, Avi Arya micro videos. Why does this guy keep talking about videos? Because at the age of 44 years, 2 dogs, 6 dogs, husband to a superwoman, the entire blessing ecosystem that God has given me, the one thing that I know is that I do not have time to waste. I do not have time to waste. I want to get to my desired path with the most amount of efficiency possible. And if I want to reach out to more and more people to share my message, I think videos is one of the most efficient ways, and therefore I keep talking about videos. Ladies and gentlemen, please note what I'm talking to you about. Evolution of a consultant versus a video entrepreneur is what I tell people. Level one is a traditional entrepreneur, and they give newspaper ads, radio ads, all of that. I'm not saying this is not working, but I know for a fact that I know there are some people who call and say, Avi, my radio ad, my TV ad is ready. Should I give it on Tuesday? I said, why Tuesday? Well, actually, I'm a Sai Baba, I'm a Hanumanji Bhakt, so I'm going to give it on Tuesday because, I'll get best results. So it is not a measured way of doing business, and therefore I don't think level one entrepreneurs are going anywhere. A level two entrepreneur is somebody who's always on cold calling. Avi, I've got a team. Avi, I'm on a call. Your husband is calling you. You're on a meeting. Your wife is calling you. You're doing a meeting. Your best friends are calling you for a family, for a school reunion, college reunion. You're in a meeting. Your cousins are having a wedding and you have to go to your hometown. You're in a wedding. You're in a meeting. You're always in a meeting and you're asking yourself, am I the hardest working person in my family? Yes. And you feel proud of it. But your bank balance doesn't show it. You are the hardest working person, but you're not getting the results that you want. So I don't think a level two entrepreneur is working. And so therefore, society and entrepreneurship had to evolve. And 3 years, 4 years back, you saw a lot of people, level three entrepreneurs coming up. Digital marketing, Facebook ads, lead magnets. Now, these were people who knew they were to put in $1 and they knew how to get the result of that. So business became more measurable and they became more successful. But this was 3 years ago. Today, in 2020, especially after Corona, belongs to the video entrepreneur. A video entrepreneur is somebody who does videos on Facebook ads, videos on lead magnets, email with video, website with video, and lots of webinars with videos. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how many people feel they should become level 4 video entrepreneur? Just say VI in the comment box. Great. So just for me to get to know all of you people, if you were to become a video entrepreneur, what field would you become a video entrepreneur in? Would you become a travel video entrepreneur, a food video entrepreneur, a fitness video entrepreneur, a fashion video entrepreneur, a spiritual video entrepreneur, a tech video entrepreneur, a digital video entrepreneur, a gaming video entrepreneur, a beauty or video entrepreneur, photography video entrepreneur? What a video entrepreneur would you become? Please put it in the chat. Okay, Karan Pala, Nidhi Khurana, Harshvardhan, Imran Siddiqui, Derica, Pabla, Tasneem. Awesome. So guys, today in any industry, for you to be able to connect with your audiences, start shooting the micro videos. And I'm going to tell you what to do, how to do every day so that you can become a video entrepreneur in the field that you love. Now, Avi, I don't have a lot of followers. Avi, I don't have a lot of money. Avi, you know what? Right now, things are challenging. So what should I do to start on this journey to become a micro video entrepreneur? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I call this system the video entrepreneur's turner wheel system. Why do I call it the turner wheel system? Because when the wheels of your business are not turning, this will help you see results right away. I completely respect Deepak and Deepak's audience, and I know how much value he brings to each and every one. I read Deepak's emails every day because every day I learn about lead generation. I learn about how to make courses. I learn everything. And so therefore, I've done my best to bring you valuable advice that you can take action on with today. By the way, how many people read Deepak's emails every single day? Guys, I'll tell you one thing. I run 3 small businesses and I've got 10 people on my subscriber list. Obviously, Gary Vee, Pat Flynn, all of these guys from this part of the world. But the one person whose videos I see, emails I read every day are Deepak, because I know that he is condensing knowledge from all over the world and putting it into his emails. So I am not buying books. I'm not going to podcasts. I'm only looking at Deepak. So all of you people who are not doing it, please make sure that you're reading Deepak's emails every day, because that's the only encyclopedia that you need for digital marketing. So now, because I understand that Deepak is all about creating value for his customers, I'm teaching you something which I have done in my own life, and I've done this for customers. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, what I'm teaching you today is what I help small, large, and mega corporations with. So what you're getting today is something that works, is a time-tested model. You have all understood the hero story. You've all understood the stages of a video entrepreneur, how level 4 video entrepreneur. You've all understood how what you want to become, travel video influencer, hotel video influencer. And now I'm telling you how the video entrepreneur turner wheel system works. 3 simple steps that you have to do for the next 28 days. Number 1, go online on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook or Instagram, and do a survey. Ask your audience what are the 3 things that you can help them with today. The more you help, the more you are helped. Jitni seva karoge, utna meva milega. You're all here to give before you receive. We all know that. So do a survey in the morning around 11 o'clock. Ask your audience what are the 3 questions you can help them with. In the evening around 5 o'clock, go live and answer those questions. Go live and answer people's questions. And in the evening, repurpose all the content and put your information everywhere. And I will explain this more in detail to all of you. Do a survey in the morning. Because I'm a digital marketer, I ask people digital marketing questions. You can ask questions around your field. I ask people, what is it that I can help you with today? Sales, branding, marketing, outreach. How can I help you today? Then I will go live in the evening and I will answer questions for at least 1 hour, 60 minutes, at least 60 minutes. In 60 minutes, I've answered at least 10 questions, minimum. Now I've got 1 hour of content, valuable content, people's questions that I've answered. I will put that on my IGTV. I'll put it on LinkedIn. I'll put it on my Facebook group. I'll put it on YouTube. I'll put it on Telegram. I'll put it on my podcast. And by the end of every day, I've got all my social media channels covered for absolutely free while giving value to people. By the end of 28 days, ladies and gentlemen, you will become a video entrepreneur in your micro niche following the video influencer turner wheel system. How many people like this system and want to take the 28-day challenge? Like I always say, Sikho karo. That's the only way to do it. 28 days. You go to an MBA for 3 years, 4 years, education in India, abroad. 28 days, small changes, you will start seeing different people from different parts of the world coming to you. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the video entrepreneur turner wheel system. The second system that I wanted to speak to you about was the video lead generation funnel. Because I talk about 3 things. Use micro video to get known, get leads, and get sales. If you cover all these 3 aspects, you are settled in your entrepreneurship venture. Get known, get leads, get sales, and then keep repeating that. To get known, I told you your hero introduction, be ready with your hero introduction, and then use the turner wheel system. You do this for 28 days, you will know that you will start getting known by people who never knew you before. Now, how do you get leads? To get leads, I have a very simple system. It's called the video lead generation funnel. 3 steps. First video is your lead magnet video. Second is your website video. Third is your remarketing video. Very simple. Pull out your phone, start a video, and talk about what is the lead magnet that you want to give to people. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can reach out to anybody in the world to be able to approach them for a business discussion and do a proposal on videos. Are you ready to do that? Go ahead. My name is Avi Arya, father of 2 girls, 6 dogs, husband to a superwoman, streetcar racer turned hotelier, now social media marketer and founder of Internet Moguls. Ladies and gentlemen, to be able to get clients from anywhere in the world, I use formula number 1, formula number 2, formula number 3. If you like this and you would like to get connected with me, please click on the link and download this complete free lead magnet book for all of you people to be able to get in touch with anybody in the world. Thank you very much for watching. Once again, my name is Avi Arya. That is how I would create a lead magnet video, attach your lead magnet document with it, and give it to your customers. Put it on Facebook. When people click to download, they come to your website. On your website, greet them again with another video. Hey guys, finally you made it. I hope you liked the ad. Actually, I was wearing a different jacket that time. Anyway, coming back to this, you're here to download this lead magnet. Guess what? My mom always told me over promise and over deliver. Not under promise and over deliver, but over promise and over deliver. So instead of one lead magnet, guess what? I'm giving you 2 lead magnets. All you need to do is fill up this small survey form. Tell me who you are, where you're coming from, and I'll give you 2 lead magnets. I'll give you one more guide on the best equipment you need to start shooting micro videos. All the best in your micro video journey. Take care. This is Avi Arya, father of 2 girls, 6 dogs. And I click the video again. That is my second video, right? All of this I'm doing with videos and it's absolutely free through my phone. Now, just by doing this, on an average, I'm able to collect 5 to 10,000 emails and phone numbers of people who are interested in making videos and understanding what I'm doing. So number 1, lead magnet. Number 2, website video. Now these people have downloaded it. If they've read the guide, not read the guide, I'm not sure. So I create a third video, which is called my remarketing video. And I create another video and say, hey guys, remember me, Avi, the guy who gave you the lead magnet? Don't tell me you've not gone past page 3, because page 4 is where I've got a free contest where you can win an iPhone. Now I know you people are going to read that lead magnet. So go ahead, finish that lead magnet. By the way, I made this video to let you know that I'm doing a webinar on Friday at 4 o'clock, where I'll teach you step by step on how you can do your videos. If you're interested, click on the link and I look forward to seeing you over there. Once again, my name is Avi Arya, father of 2 girls, 6 dogs, husband to a superwoman. Click. That is my lead. That's my third micro video. First, lead magnets. Second, website video. Third, remarketing video. But guess what? I am remarketing only to those 5,000 people who have shown interest in understanding and downloading that book. So now I have a more condensed, a more relevant audience. And now when I run a remarketing campaign to them, I have a more filtered audience coming to my webinar. Or you can use this to book phone calls on Zoom for yourself and your team. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, use the video lead generation funnel. 3 short videos shot for free on your phone will allow you to get leads from all over the internet. Nurture them, filter them, and get them to your sales team or to yourself on the call or for your webinar or however you sell your products or services. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the video lead generation system. So I spoke to you about the video influencer turner wheel system. I spoke to you about the video lead generation funnel. Now, third and last topic that I'm going to tell you today is, number 1, I said, get known. Can we all repeat after me? So micro video mastery, I call it MVM. MVM is for 3 parts. What does MVM allow you to do? Micro video. What do you do with micro videos? Get known. GK, GL, GS. GK, GL, GS. GK, GL, GS. Get known, get leads, and get sales. You do these 3 things, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And I promise you, the system will start working for you to be able to grow any business on the internet and have customers all over the world. Guys, are you enjoying today's training so far? Am I doing justice to Deepak's audience? The only thing I'd like to say to all of you people before we go ahead is, sabse bada rog. What's the one thing that stops people from creating videos? Sabse bada rog, kya kahenge log? The biggest problem in the world is the judgment of others. We will do another topic on this some other day on how you get over judgment, how I got over judgment. My school and college friends are amazed and surprised when they see me speaking on stage in front of thousands of people, because guess what? I don't care. It's not that I'm not emotional and not sensitive, but I don't care. Like I stop it right outside what people are going to say. And I have a small community of people whose whose feedback is more valuable than what everybody else is saying. Crowd noise, that's absolutely right. Yes, Amandeep. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, micro video mastery, start with your hero introduction. Understand what level of entrepreneurship you are at. Are you at level 1, level 2, level 3, or are you a level 4 video entrepreneur? After that, you understand what niche you want to become a video entrepreneur in. You want to become a video entrepreneur in tech, in travel, in hospitality, all of that. Then you have to, once you identified that, now you're ready. Now you have to have 3 things: get known, get leads, and get sales. I told you how to get known. Then I told you how to get leads. Now I'm going to tell you how to get sales using the micro video mastery system. I've said this many times and I love repeating it every day because guess what? It works even today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm introducing to you the micro video mastery 4-step, 4-minute close any deal method. That is a big promise, like my mother taught me. Make a big promise and make an even bigger result happen for your audience. The 4-step, 4-minute close any deal method. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we all want to get connected with our people in different parts of the world. We all want our clients to come to us, but we can't travel. A, because travel is expensive, accommodation is expensive. If I go for 10 meetings, Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, come back, the expense to be able to build a business and meet so many people is so much. I'd rather not do a business. Or if I'm doing a business, I'd rather not think big, because if I think big, I will have to spend a lot of money. If I want 100 customers, that means I'll have to meet 1,000 customers. Meeting 1,000 customers is going to take 5 years and it's going to take a lot of time. And I'm going to spend that time away from my family, and I'm going to become level 1, level 2 entrepreneur who is always on phones and meetings and never be able to close their deals and never have a happy, balanced life. I'm going to teach you what a level 4 video entrepreneur does to be able to close deals today. So how many people here are from real estate backgrounds? Just type R in the comment box. How many people are here from coaching and consulting? Just type C. Anybody here from hospitality or any hotelier over here? Just type H in the comment box. Okay, the names came and went very fast. Any hotelier? I'm just looking for, I'm going to give you an example. Okay. Mr. Oops, I can't read the names. Gopal. Okay. So Mr. Gopal, let me just show you how you can pitch to anybody without leaving your home with your smartphone. So number 1, you're going to call your ideal client. All of you people who are learning here today, can you please write down, not in the chat, in your diary, can you write down the name of your one dream client that you always wanted but have not approached? One dream client. Just type the name of your one. Don't tell me. Just write down in your diary the one dream client that you always wanted and just type done in the comment box. When you're done, just say done. Okay. Now I'll teach you how you can approach any client in the world to be able to get sales using your micro videos. So I'm going to pitch a hotel. I'm a digital marketer and Mr. Gopal is a hotelier. I'm going to pitch to him in front of you using a video. So I'm going to start a video and I'm going to say, use the 4-step system. 1 is hero introduction. 2nd is 3 pain points of your customers. 3rd is showing him testimonials. 4th is the offer. Here you go. Click. Hi, Mr. Gopal. My name is Avi Arya, father of 2 girls, 6 dogs, husband to a superwoman, streetcar racer, turned hotelier, now social media marketer and founder of Internet Moguls. I hope you're doing well. Please watch this video for the next 3 minutes and 58 seconds. By the end of 3 minutes and 58 seconds, you, sir, will know exactly how you can grow your hotel business by 30% in less than 3 months. I promise you, please watch till the very end. Step 2, 3 pain points. Mr. Gopal, I've identified the 3 pain points of your business. Number 1, you've got 100 rooms and 40% of your business comes from third parties where you pay 30% commission. What if I showed you a Google AdWords strategy to be able to get business directly on your website at 10%, thereby saving you 20% cost of acquisition of every single customer? Second pain point I identified was that you have a beautiful restaurant called the Andaz, which serves delicious Indian food, because I checked out your TripAdvisor reviews and all of that. It does very well on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's absolutely empty. What if I ran Facebook video ads to people in the 5 kilometer radius of your hotel, breakfast ads, lunch ads, dinner ads, and happy hour ads, to be able to drive traffic from the vicinity to your hotel and thereby take care of your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sounds interesting? I have one more pain point that I identified. I tried to go to your website to book an office conference and they said you will get back to me. What if I ran a video ad for your hotel office conference facility to all the corporations in the 10-kilometer radius and target specifically on LinkedIn to the HR and admin heads so that they reach out to you versus you reaching out to them? Mr. Gopal, we all know if a client comes to us versus us going to a client, the deal can happen much faster. And by using this system, if I'm able to get you one extra office conference at the end of the month, we know that the entire profitability of the hotel can change. Thank you for listening so far. Now I come to my testimonial section. This is Mr. Rohit, who we've helped with his restaurant business. This is Miss Pooja, who we've helped with the rooms business. And this is Miss Garima, who we've helped with the banquet business and the office conference business. You can speak to them and hear about our services. I'm coming to the fourth and the final step, which is the offer. The offer is you don't need to travel, Mr. Gopal. I don't need to travel. Both of us will meet on a Zoom call. There's a calendar link over here. Please click on the calendar link. Let's meet on a Zoom call. In that Zoom call, me and my team will give you a 20-minute audit on how we can work with you in the next 6 months to be able to grow your business by up to 30%, as I promised you in the beginning. My 4 minutes that I asked for are already over. Thank you very much for giving me your time. I look forward to that Zoom call. Once again, my name is Avi Arya, father of 2 girls, 6 dogs, husband to a superwoman, streetcar racer turned hotelier, now social media marketer and founder of Internet Moguls. Thank you for your time. Look forward to connecting on that call. Click. I will make that video and send it to the client on WhatsApp, on Instagram DM, I've used a tool called Vidyard. How many people like the system? How many people like the system? Just say loved it or wow or whatever you feel in the comment box. It works every single time. If you use the format, it works every time. I use a software called Vidyard, Vidyard, to be able to send video emails to my customers. And guess what? A video email puts my proposal on the top of all the other proposals that he's got. That's what I want. I want a fighting chance to win every deal that I and my team have put in hard work for. How many people want to confirm their proposals and say, you know what? I want to be able to get justice to my hard work. It will happen through micro videos, ladies and gentlemen. I do this every day. I teach corporations, large and small. I teach entrepreneurs to be able to do this for their business every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for all of you people, I'm going to do a quick recap. Can you tell me what are the 4 things that we learned today? Number 1, we spoke about the power of a hero introduction. And you all promised me that you're going to go and put your hero introduction today on Instagram. Number 2, I told you how you need to go from level 1 to level 2 to level 3 and finally become a level 4 video influencer. You must become a level 4 video entrepreneur today. Then I told you, in your head, you need to know, are you a travel video entrepreneur, food, fitness, fashion, spiritual, tech? Which video entrepreneur are you? Now that you know all of these details, I gave you a system called the Video Entrepreneur Turner Wheel System. Do a survey in the morning, go live in the afternoon, repurpose your content in that night. Do this for 28 days and you will solve your problem of getting known. GK will be done. Now comes how to get leads. Video lead generation. First lead magnet video. They come to your website, welcome them, give them one more lead magnet. Remember what my mom always says, over promise and over deliver. And after that, remarketing video. Finally, to be able to do sales, this is your GL, GS. I tell people, make 3 videos a day, 15 a week, 60 a month. How much time did it take to make one video if you start practicing every day? Not more than 4 to 5 minutes. 5 minutes for one video, 15 minutes for 3 videos, plus a little bit of research. You will take 2 to 3 hours every day to send 3 video proposals. Even if you are working 5 days a week, 15 proposals, 60 a month. What is your confirmation rate for a proposal? Can you please put it in the comment? How many deals do you confirm? What percentage of deals do you confirm? Somebody saying 30, somebody saying 5, somebody saying 70. Let's take a benchmark figure of only 10%. Only 10%. If you're able to confirm 6 deals at the end of every month using the micro video mastery system, how much money will you make in your business? 6 deals. You don't need to tell how much money you'll make in front of everybody else. You can put it again in your diary. That diary where you put in the name of your one client that you wanted to confirm. Now, let me ask you one final question. Look at your diary and the name of that one customer that you had written the name of. Do you think it's a good idea to go ahead and try to be able to reach out to that customer using the MVM 4-step 4-minute system? How many people are going to take this as a challenge? Just say challenge accepted. Great. So for all of you people who want the challenge, Deepak, do I have your permission to give the crash course over here? That absolutely free. Hi, Deepak, are you there? Okay. So guys, I've got a 60-minute crash course. It's absolutely free. All of you people go and connect with me on LinkedIn. Is everybody on LinkedIn? Connect with me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn name is Avi Arya. Avigitarya. And I have a last post over there. One last post which is made for today's webinar, today's session. In that, go and tell me what is the one thing that you learned today. And all of you people who comment over there, I will give all of you people the link. There will be a link over there and you will be able to download your free course. Awesome, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, always remember your hero introduction can change the way that you run your game. Well, if you're not on LinkedIn, then it's Ask Avi Arya on Instagram. AskAviArya. You have to tell me the one major learning that you took back today. Please don't put one line. You have to put a nice paragraph. We want to know exactly who are the learners in this group. Who are the people who are actually learning in this group? Yes. Ask Avi Arya on Instagram. So I will give all of you people the free 60-minute crash course. The crash course will run you through all the concepts. It's absolutely free, and then you can go ahead and start posting your videos and become micro video level 4 video entrepreneurs. Deepak, are you there? I'm going to wait for Deepak to come back. For all of you people who've already put in the comments, please don't put in one comment. I want you to put in an extremely large message. One paragraph. What did you learn today? Not over here, on the post. How many people are right? Yeah, Deepak. So I think we had a good session. We gave everybody a challenge to be able to write the 4 things that they learned today on LinkedIn. And if they do that, then I will send you the micro video mastery crash course, which is absolutely free, 60 minutes. Fantastic. So they can go through the whole presentation again and be able to create their micro videos.
So guys, how did you feel the presentation was? Let me know in the chat box. Hope you liked it. Great. Seeing a lot of positive comments, Avi.
Thank you, Deepak. This was lots of fun. Imagine, I still cannot wrap my head around the fact that there are 534 people in different parts of the world. And all we needed to do was open my laptop over here, have my cup of tea, and be able to communicate a message to people around the world. If this magic is not explored to its complete depth, then we'll miss out on a very, very special time in history.
Yes, yes. And soon enough, we will have 5,000 people on a session like this.
Oh, yes. With you, I know that it's possible. But you've already crossed, what's the biggest webinar that you've done?
I think it has not crossed 3,000 yet, because 3,000 is the capacity of my webinar.
Okay. So Russell Brunson is 3,500, so you're almost there.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
No, if I upgrade my Zoom, I think I can get.
America becomes, in a place like America, 3,500 becomes like, oh my God, the whole world came.
Yeah. Cool. So guys, you can follow us on Twitter, and just go ahead. I will just ask your feedback on Twitter. What do you think about? Avi, what's your Twitter ID?
Avijit Arya. I've given them the LinkedIn ID, but the Twitter ID, if you want to give, is at Avijit Arya, which Twitter is something which I don't use, unfortunately.
Much. Okay.
Yeah. Great. So Deepak, I told your audience that you have one and one motive only since the time I've known you. You're like, what is my audience going to learn? Continuously learning. I saw your post on Instagram where you posted the 8-9 books that you're reading. And I told your audience, I said, when Deepak puts a post like that, then those 8 books I'm definitely not reading, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow your emails for the next 30 days, because I will already learn those books through those emails. So keep reading, Deepak, so we can save our time. And thank you for adding value to all of us people by condensing information and giving us what's valuable.
Fantastic. Thank you, Avi. So we'll catch up again in the next webinar.
100%. Deepak, your audience is asking how to get the free course. So like I said, I told them on LinkedIn in the last post, I told them to comment on the last post and what did you learn today? And I will put the link over there. And I'll also send a link to Deepak. Deepak can email it to you, or however you have your logistics set up.
Sure.
Awesome.
Done. I will email you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you very much for your time. Deepak, thank you very much. Regards to your mom, dad, your lovely dogs, and your amazing grandmom. Take care, have fun, and see you soon.
Thank you, and bye-bye.